Mark MacArthur asked, how is Dutch going? Which is kind and thoughtful. Thank you for your question. Here we are with a new What I Hate About Dutch. Unfortunately, the thing that I hate is my Dutch journey is officially over. Last Friday was my last Dutch class, which was this whole bitter-sweet moment, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. If you come to Belgium, you will be required to take an integration course, which I talked about before in the past, though I don't think I've ever been more specific than it's a great class, you'll like it. If you'd be interested in more about the integration class, tell me in the comments below, I'll make a video. And you'll need level 1 and level 2 of Dutch, which I did, and I think, like many foreigners, I sort of got an ego and thought, okay, I have the requirement, I can now go get a job. However, people really aren't willing to take a risk on somebody who doesn't speak the language, at least at a very comfortable conversational level, which I was not. I went back to school to go to level 6, which is really beneficial for anybody who is taking the Dutch classes in Belgium, because the government will actually pay for you to go up to level 6. But level 6 is a good level because you will be conversational, you'll know most of the grammar, most of the structure, and once you get to level 6, then you can take training courses which will help you get a better job. But I was really lucky because in total for the Dutch courses, there are 10. Not all the CVO schools have access to the higher levels. 7, 8, 9, and 10 are actually difficult to come by. For 7 and 8, you would need to go to Kortrijk. And from what I've heard, 9 and 10 is exclusively offered in Brussels. But the CVO school in Ypres, like every couple of years, will offer 7 and 8. And I was really lucky because I had the opportunity to take level 8. And can I say, I'm so grateful that I did. I almost didn't go for level 8 because I'd have to pay full price. And they're still reasonably priced, I think, because the full class, I think, was 95 euros. And I do feel like level 8, I learned so much. The first 3 levels, you're learning new crap. 4, 5, and 6, you're practicing the stuff that you should know. Level 8 is taking it to the next level because you should know this stuff. Let's see how you can apply it to the real world. Now, level 8 is sort of special because 7 focuses solely on your speaking and your listening skills, which I skipped that. And I was able to do that because level 8 specifically focuses on reading and writing. But yeah, it's all sort of confusing. I'll write about it in my blog. But I was happy that I had the opportunity to take level 8 versus level 7 because your speaking skills, if you integrate yourself into society, you'll be able to practice your speaking and listening skills with the people around you. Like reading and writing, honestly, unless you're somebody that is really putting the effort to read and write yourself, you're not going to improve in that as easily as you could with speaking. Overall, my Dutch journey has been amazing. I'm so happy with my Dutch, and I actually had this really funny moment the other day. I get these little boxes of food to make stuff, and they come with instructions in Dutch, French, and German. And before, I had to read the French instructions to know what to do. The other day, I was reading the French instructions and like my brain was just like broken and I couldn't understand it. And instead, I was reading the Dutch version and understanding it perfectly. And I had this moment where I was like, yes, I have mastered Dutch. I can understand it. And I was so proud of this moment. But at the same time, I was so sad because I'm losing my French. And the best, well, not really the best, but the funniest moment came when I was showing Prince Charming how like they didn't translate the French properly. And before I get to the punchline of that, back in level 1 when I was learning Dutch, I had a really difficult time with the pronoun je, J-E, because it's the same as je in French, except je in French is I and je in Dutch is you. So I would see that and I would automatically think I. And it was this horrible, horrible, horrible thing because it was habit, and it took a really long time for me to see that and think you and not I. Guys, now it's backwards. The reason why I couldn't understand the French is that there were a couple words that were the same in Dutch but meant something completely else in French. So there's this part of the recipe where I was supposed to add the bouillon powder stuff and the spices. And I was looking in the box because I was like, I only have like this thing, there's no herbs, like I don't understand. And then when I looked at the Dutch, the packet was the herbs and the spices. It was just the one packet, and I didn't understand why in Dutch, or not Dutch, in French, they had it as two things. I was like, they didn't translate it properly. Well, no, the problem was me because the sentence was of powder, but I read it and powder because of in French is and in Dutch. And so now I'm confusing my French with my Dutch, and it's I would just like to have it that I don't mix up the languages, that English is here, French is here, and Dutch is over here. It's amazing though. I'm sad that the Dutch class is over because I've been doing this now for 2 years and I met so many people, and it did hit me right away that last Friday was probably going to be the last time that I saw them because we're all going off in different directions. You know, some people are going for their job, some are going for a training course, others are going back to school. Like we're not going to be coming back to CBO on Monday to have our Dutch class. It's just, we have Facebook and that's it. And it's such a bittersweet moment. It's like, yes, I'm done with Dutch, but I'm not gonna see all the wonderful people that I've grown to, you know, love and admire for the past 2 years. And it's sad, but at the same time, it's great because coming this September, I'll be starting a new journey and adventure, which I'll talk about sometime in the future when we get closer to it. That's what I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The algorithm doesn't care as long as you interact with my video. If you'd like to help support this channel, then be sure to share this with your friends, families, and strangers on the internet because that really does help. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and be sure to check out the description for all my social links. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and I keep a blog where I continue the conversation, and I think it's awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Tootsies, my applezines. Summer has officially come to Belgium, and I know this because the sun is out. Wow, what's this bright thing in the sky? It's not supposed to rain for at least the next 2 weeks according to the weatherman. But the #1 sign that summer is here is that there are mosquitoes everywhere.